JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, 4 shot, 2 fatally in St. James. A 3-year-old St. James boy is nursing a gunshot wound, and an elderly hotel worker remains hospitalized following a gun attack at a shop in the community of Goodwill in the parish. 4 people were shot, 2 fatally in the attack. The deceased have been identified as 33-year-old Kenny Llewellyn and 38-year-old former national cricketer Vinroy Crooks. According to information released by the police, Crooks, who was hit several times, is suspected to be the target of the attack, which occurred on Tuesday afternoon. A motive is being investigated. It is reported that about 2:45 p.m., Crooks and Llewellyn were among persons at the shop, located in a section of Goodwill called Culvert. It is further reported that a silver motor car with 4 men aboard drove up. 3 of them reportedly exited the car and opened fire. Crooks, Llewellyn, the child, who was inside the shop with his mother, and an elderly hotel worker were hit. The gunmen then fled the scene in the car. The 4 injured persons were rushed to the Conway Regional Hospital, where Crooks and Llewellyn were pronounced dead, and the child and the elderly man were admitted. The boy has since been released, while the senior citizen remains in hospital in critical condition. Suspended cop caught with illegal gun. A police corporal who was suspended from the force in 2017 for alleged corruption has been charged with illegal possession of firearm and is facing the additional charge of robbery. The cop allegedly committed the robbery and gun offences on the eve of his return to the Jamaica Constabulary Force. I know there was indication that he was set to come back to work. I don't know if he got off or the charges were subsequently dropped, but he was due to return to work, a well-placed source said. It is alleged that on September 7, the cop and another man robbed a woman in St. Andrew and escaped in a motor car. The vehicle was intercepted by a mobile police unit in downtown Kingston shortly after the robbery. A Glock pistol and more than $150,000 in cash were removed from the Toyota Corolla motor vehicle. It was subsequently charged with illegal possession of firearm. Additional charges are pending in relation to the robbery matter. Epileptic elderly man shot in Westmoreland. An elderly man was shot and injured after gunmen traded bullets in Vietnam District, White House in Westmoreland on Wednesday morning. The police's Corporate Communications Unit, CCU, confirmed the incident. Reports from residents were that shortly after 8 a.m., they heard about 10 gunshots that they believed were aimed at killing a former most wanted man in a neighboring community. During the crossfire, the elderly man, who was sitting in a chair in his veranda, was shot in his leg. The man is believed to be in his late 60s. The injured man was rushed to the Black River Hospital by his friend, where he was admitted and is undergoing treatment. Requesting not to be named, a relative said that she had a strong feeling something bad was going to happen on Wednesday morning. "Me dream it last night, and me da cry out to God," the woman said. She added that when she got the news, she was not as frightened because her family member is a Christian. The woman disclosed that the injured man has epilepsy and has been ailing for some time. She described this morning's incident as sad. Clarendon can be charged after assaulting woman for removing tattoo of his name. A 46-year-old taxi driver of Phase 3 in Havana Heights, Clarendon, was charged with abduction and assault occasioning actual bodily harm after he attacked the mother of his child for removing a tattoo of his name. Charges Leon Reed, otherwise called Nose. According to information from the Jamaica Constabulary Forces Communications Arm, at about 5 p.m. on Wednesday, September 7, Reed went to the woman's workplace where an argument developed about a tattoo that she had removed. Reed allegedly punched her in the face several times and used threats to force her to enter his motor car, after which he took her to his home. She was later rescued by the police, who was contacted by a concerned relative. Reed fled the scene but was later apprehended during a special operation on Friday, September 9. He was subsequently charged. He is set to appear before the Clarendon Parish Court on Thursday, September 15. Kingston man believed to be involved in several robberies nabbed in St. Ann. A Kingston man suspected of carrying out several robberies in St. Ann is to face an identification parade after being nabbed by the police. Acting head of the St. Ann Police, Superintendent David White, said that the man was taken into custody as part of an ongoing effort to restore law and order in the parish. He was held on Monday. As we continue Operation Leviticus in the parish of St. Ann, we managed to do a special type of operation in the town of Ocherias. A suspect, who we believe has been committing several robberies in and around the Ocherias space, was nabbed and we took from him a Taurus pistol with 15 rounds of 9mm ammunition, he said. The man will be placed on an ID parade and he'll be subsequently charged for numerous offences of robberies within the space, he added. White assured residents that the police presence will continue to be felt in and around the parish. Dancer's family makes appeal for cops to arrest attacker. Family members of the dancer Geneva Sawyers, otherwise called Spirit, who was stabbed earlier this week, are demanding that the police arrest the perpetrator of the attack. Claudine Grant, mother-in-law of the injured dancer, said that Sawyers is lucky to be alive. Jen could have been killed. What would I have told my grandchild? The police need to do their jobs. Somebody came and took a statement, yet still the woman who stabbed Jen is on social media posting all kinds of things. It makes the police force look weak, she said. Grant thanked members of the public for the outpouring of support, especially those who donated blood to the blood bank to facilitate the dancer's surgery. Thanks to everyone who gave blood. Jen did the surgery on Tuesday morning, and she's now out of the danger zone. Thank God. She called me after 5 this morning to say that she was feeling a numbness in her hand, and me tell her to tell the nurses to tell the doctor to make a note of it, she explained. Sawyers is a member of the Royalty Divas dance group. Grant says that an arrest should be made because her daughter-in-law could have died. She was about to enter the car when she was stabbed from behind, under her lower left shoulder. It could have easily been her heart them stab her in her. Hell no, we are pressing charges. We are not hungry, Grant said. Fraudster fleeces farmers by pretending to be RADA extension officer. The Rural Agricultural Development Authority RADA is warning farmers to be vigilant after several farmers were fleeced of over $100,000 by a person posing as one of its extension officers. RADA says the farmers were promised seeds and fertilizers in exchange for monetary contributions. The agency is reminding that it facilitates the distribution of seeds, fertilizers, and other planting materials through various programs and projects at no cost to the farmers. Farmers are being advised to be vigilant regarding requests for money in exchange for benefits. In addition, farmers are being asked to report any instance of this occurrence to the nearest police station, visit a RADA parish office, or contact the agency at 1-888-ASK-RADA. Health Department closes 6 Montego Bay businesses. 4 supermarkets, a restaurant, and a bakery in Montego Bay were on Tuesday ordered closed by health officials, and there are plans to focus on street food vendors next. Some of the breaches identified were pest infestation and the temperature abuse during cold storage. Additionally, 400 pounds of pig carcass that were found uninspected in storage were seized uncondemned, said Chief Public Health Inspector for the parish, Sharika Lewis. She said rat-bitten fruit juices were also seen during a visit to one of the business places. 14 establishments were visited by health officials, the police, and representatives from the National Solid Waste Management Authority as part of the ongoing thrust to restore public order in St. James, dubbed Operation Restore Paradise. Tuesday's closures were the first major clampdown by health officials since the initiative was launched in August. We have been closing several food establishments in any one day, so that is a normal part of our operations here in St. James. But because of the focus yesterday, that's why we're able to close such a large number, Lewis explained on Wednesday. It is a concern, and we want operators of food establishments to ensure that they are maintaining minimum acceptable standards of the public health food handling regulations, she appealed. Tuesday's clampdown focused mostly on establishments within the commercial area of St. James Street. Lewis said there are plans to do a nighttime operation that will focus on street food vendors. She also urged consumers to be careful. When you're purchasing food items, ensure you purchase from a reputable source. We conduct inspections for certifying food establishments that are issued with health certificates that should be placed in a conspicuous area in the establishment where you can easily see it, she advised. 12 new COVID cases, 2 deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported that 2 suspected COVID-19 related deaths are currently under investigation, while 12 new COVID-19 cases were reported on Tuesday, September 13. The ministry reported 2 fatalities, which pushed the nation's total number of deaths to 3,288 and the total number of positive cases to 150,921. Of the newly reported cases, there were 6 females and 6 males, with ages ranging from 10 months to 88 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 11 and St. James 1. all other parishes recorded 0 cases. The deaths are from a 72-year-old male and a 71-year-old female from St. Catherine. There were 109 recoveries in the past 24 hours, bringing the total to 97,790. Currently, 110 people are hospitalized, 35 of whom are moderately ill, 7 severely ill, and 2 in critical condition, the ministry said. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 6.5%. In sports news, Talawa suffers third defeat. Jamaica Talawa suffered their third defeat of the men's edition of the 2022 Euro Caribbean Premier League following an 8-wicket defeat against St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots under the Duckworth-Lewis method in Trinidad on Wednesday. Sent into bat at the Queen's Park Oval, the Talawas were restricted to 139 for 5 of the allotted 20 overs, despite getting a good start from the opening pair of Brandon King and Kennar Lewis. Set a reduced target of 113 from 15 overs because of rain, Andre Fletcher scored 45 not out to lead the Patriots to a comfortable victory. They ended on 113 for 2 with 15 balls remaining. Earlier, King and Lewis scored 43 runs in the first 4 overs to hand the Talawas a fast start. In their chase of the reduced target of 113 from 15 overs, the Patriots raced to 49 without loss after 5 overs, with Fletcher and Lewis proving destructive. Ahmad Wasim struck with the first ball of his spell, removing Lewis for 20. However, Darren Bravo came in and formed a 55-run partnership with Fletcher to help take the Patriots home. Darren Bravo scored 39 from 21 balls with 3 fours and 3 sixes, while Fletcher also hit 3 fours and 3 sixes in his unbeaten 45. The Patriots now draw level with the Talawas, which are still in second place in the 6-team table courtesy of a better net run rate. Both teams have 6 points, with the third-place Patriots playing 1 game more. Barbados Royals are way out front with a maximum of 12 points from 6 games. Mannings lead 5 teams to the Costa Cup back-to-back wins. 5 schools led by the free-scoring Manning School won back-to-back games in the East of the Costa Cup football competition on Tuesday. Manning School, former champions Dintil Technical, St. Mary Technical, Paul Bogle High, and Montego Bay High all extended their winning runs after opening their season with wins on Saturday. Jamaica Porter scored 4 times to lead Manning School to a 6-love beating of a Black River team that was forced to make 4 changes because of injuries in a Zone D clash in Savlamar. Manning School would open the season with a 5-1 win over Grangeville, led 1-0 at halftime after Porter scored in the 17th minute but missed 2 easy chances. Dintil Technical outscored Charlemont High 4-3 in their Zone K top of the zone clash, while Montego Bay High blanked Seaforth High 3-0 in their Zone L game between teams that had won Saturday. Paul Bogle High made it 2 wins in a row after edging St. Thomas Technical 3-2 in Zone L as well. Cardiff Mackenzie also scored 4 goals to lead Titchfield High past Fair Prospect High 5-0. Bear Technical had the biggest margin of victory on the day with a 9-0 hammering of Winston Jones High, while Yellows High beat Robert Lightbourne 5-0. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.